I try to not think too often about past mistakes. This one in specific has been under my skin for close to a full year now. And I want to just tell you what I did wrong so that you don't make the same mistake that I did when you're starting any business. In my case, it was a marketing company. When you first get started, you know that you could really benefit the person that's purchasing your product, whether it's food, whether it's a haircut, whether it's a marketing service like I'm doing. I knew for a fact last year I could get any company so many five-star Google reviews. I can get them ranked possibly to the number one spot on Google. I could respond to all their Google reviews. I can get them more customers. I can run SMS blast campaigns and get them more people coming in their store. I can do so much when it comes to marketing, but they just have to trust me. They just didn't trust me, but I knew that I could do it. And so what I was trying to do was build trust online. And I posted a case study video on my company's Instagram, and I'm showing off like, hey, we helped, company X get 1, 2, and 3. They made this much more in revenue. They had this many Google reviews, and now they have this much after working with us. And I'm showing just a basic case study online, by the way. That's a really good way to get more customers organically. I recommend it to everyone. But when a company reaches out to me, she was the owner of a hair salon a couple of cities away. And she reaches out, she's like, hey, this looks really cool. We're looking to get more Google reviews. We had a big issue with our company where we're like ranked super low on Google and we're almost getting no calls off of Google. And we used to be at the top spot. Okay, that's interesting. So she calls me. I'm actually traveling overseas. I'm in Lebanon at this point. So I'm hanging out with family and she calls me. I'm like, oh, it's a business call. I'm sorry, guys, I have to take this call. So I take the call and I'm so excited. I'm using all of my sales techniques. I'm being really genuine, authentic. I'm qualifying the lead like I talk about in my sales videos. She's like, you know what? I'm going to talk to my husband. I'm going to get his approval. I'm going to go because he's like my partner in business. So I'm going to go over everything. I'm going to call you back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Does that work with you? Sure, absolutely. Let's talk about it then. So she surprisingly calls me back at 5 p.m. This now I'm traveling with my family. We're all at a restaurant. I'm having amazing dinner. We're having a great time. And I had to literally leave the dinner table to go talk to this lady that owns this business. And I'm having like literally a 45-minute phone call. I missed out on most of the dinner that I can never get back now. And I'm like, bro, if I just close this deal, it'll be so freaking worth it. I need to close this deal. The deal was for $1,200 per month. So you can see why I was really excited, right? And she was explaining that her issue was this. Her issue was that she was ranked super high on Google on the first page. Now when you look up a hair salon in her city name, she's on the third page of Google. No one knows she even exists anymore. She's like, I only get calls via word of mouth, nothing off of Google. Like, wow, you're probably missing out on thousands of dollars, right? Like probably used to get a lot more money when you were doing, like I was just talking about what she's missing out on and all these things, right? So she's seen that there was a pain point. She's seen that we had to solve this problem. And I explained exactly what I could do for her step by step to make sure that my marketing solution can help her get back to the number one spot on Google. The main issue was this. Her website guy changed the website and changed a few things on Google, and Google delisted her website. This happens to people like very often. When you change a full site and Google notices like, wait, a lot of stuff is different. These links are broken. All these things are like, what the hell's going on? Let's not trust you anymore because we feel like you changed up way too much on us. Google does that. And I explained that to her, that your current website guy made a mistake. He did 1, 2, and 3 wrong. To fix this, this is exactly what I'll be doing for you. I'll go through, I will local SEO optimize your full site. I'll get you a bunch of 5-star Google reviews. I'll get a lot of people coming back into your business via SMS blast campaigns. I'll do all of this. She was like, you know what, Alex? I think that would work. She's like, what's your pricing? Okay, I was like, look, so my pricing is a very flat fee every month. I charge $1,200 a month. And there's no contract. I say it just like that. She goes quiet for a few seconds. She goes, okay, 1,200, huh? I'm like, yeah, 1,200. Staying firm on the pricing. She's like, look, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit steep. It's a little bit expensive. Like, okay. Can you tell me why? If we were able to get you fixed on Google and get you a lot more business, I feel like it might be worth it. But what about it do you feel like isn't? Because basically they say that when they don't trust you. It's not the money. It's never the money. It's the fact that they don't trust you. I was like, bro, I have to just make this sale. Let me just make this freaking sale. So I'm like, I basically ended up telling her, I'll edit 2 videos for you for free. I typically charge $500 per video, and I just have like a person work on it for me. It's typically $1,000. I'll do it for free if you get signed up. And then from there, you can choose whether or not you want to keep on working with me, whether or not any of this works. There's no contract, and so I'm not going to hold you to anything. She's like, you know what, Alex, that sounds really, really good. Thank you for offering that. That sounds very fair. You know what? Yes, let's do it. Let's get started. When should we get started? I made the mistake of saying, when I get back from my trip. That's where I screwed up. You never end a sales call. You never lift a finger. You never do any amount of work before you get paid, no matter what. I don't care who it is. I don't care how close they are to you. I still make this mistake. You always get paid before you do any amount of work. People will lie to you. If they're your cousin, if they're your freaking brother, they will just take payment first, work after. That's how it has to work. Cash on delivery. Surprise, surprise. I get back from my trip. She was like, yeah, you know what? The second you get back, call me. We'll see what we have to do. Even if we can meet up in person, that's also fine. And I'm ready to go like right away. She also gave me this full talk about loyalty. And she's like, look, Alex, to me personally, loyalty is everything. You know, like if I give you my word that I'm going to work with you, I'm going to work with you forever. As long as you're doing a good job and a decent work for us, well, I'll be a lifelong customer forever. I'll bring people to you. I'll tell my friends and family about you. I'll refer people to you. She's talking all this, not all this sweet talk, right? I'm like, honestly, that means so much. You know, loyalty means a lot to me too. All this bullshit. Then I get back from my trip, text her, doesn't answer. Text her again, she doesn't answer. Send her a Loom video, she doesn't answer. She calls me about 5 days later. Hey, Alex, do you have a second to talk? I'm like, yeah, sure, what's up? So, I talked to my website guy, and, I want to be transparent with you. He said that he can fix the problem that we're having. And he'll only charge me like a few $100 per month. And so he can just take care of it for me. He was telling me that it's like, I don't have to go that aggressive, like what you were saying, your type of marketing. I don't have to do all of that to fix the problem. And he's just going to do it for me for much cheaper. I said, you know what? Honestly, go for it. If he can fix the problem and do what I'm going to do for $300 per month and get you to the first page of Google from being on page 3 by just changing a few things on your website, let me know his phone number and then I'll start working with him. Please. I was like, honestly, if he's able to do it for that cheap, which by the way, just from my experience and my experience in marketing, I guarantee you he's not able to do. 100% he can't do it. But just so that you can see for yourself, work with him. 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, work with him. And then we'll see where you're at in 6 months. That's basically what I said. I was very pissed off at her, but I kept it cool and cordial. She's like, okay, sounds good. And I'm like, but just so you know, our pricing that I gave you last time is going to go up in about 2 months. And so while I would still be able to work with you in the future, I won't be at the same rate if that's fine with you. She's like, okay. So 6 months later, I go check on her business. Where's she at? The same spot on page 3 of Google. No progress, nothing. She's just paying this website guy that lied to her. They got scared that I was going to take his business, and she's still paying him like an idiot. She's paying him. If she just paid me for 1 month, I could have gotten more progress for her at a cheaper price than $300 a month for over whatever it is a year. So 6 months later, I call her up. Yeah, he's still working on it. He said he's almost done. No problem. By the way, it's been 6 months. 6 months. That's over $1,200, but just so you know. But no problem. I call her back 6 months. Now it's been 1 year, right? She called me to ask me a question about something else. I'm like, hey, just so you know, you're still on page 3 of Google, right? And honestly, what it came down to is that she was just being cheap. She's just a cheap person, honestly. She'd rather lose more money making no progress, paying $300 per month, making literally no more money, like not a single dollar more off this website guy. They're just taking a little bit each month off of her. When in total, for 300 times 12, when I could have just done it in maybe about 3 or 4 months, right? So she's making no additional revenue at all. It's been 1 year, still at the 3rd page of Google, because her website guy could take care of it. And I'm a little bit mad that I didn't just collect payment up front and just start working up front. Like, I should have even ended the phone call. Like, you need cash on delivery every second after the sales call where the person says, yeah, for sure, we'll get started next week on this day, after the new year, on September 39. That's when I'll start working with you. Whatever month or date they say, that's not right now today, it's a lie. And I had to learn that the hard way. And so if you don't collect payment right there and then, consider it a loss and move on to your next prospect, because you're going to keep wasting so much of your energy, your time, your happiness, your dignity, chasing down someone that's never going to pay you. because they'll forget. Maybe in the moment they're like, wow, that sounds like an amazing deal. $1,000 a month, $500 a month, whatever you charge for all those features, that sounds really good. And then they say, we'll talk about this next week. By next week, they have 40 customers they had issues with. They had so many issues in their life that they forgot what you offered them last week, and you're the last thing on their list of priorities. And so I learned the hard way. It's been over a year, by the way. She's still at page 3 of Google. She's still making a lot less money than she could have if she was working with me. And she took the loss for that. So right now I'm working with her competitors, pretty close by cities, and I'm getting them ranked much higher. I got one of her competitors ranked to number 1 on Google. And so it's kind of her loss at this point. But what I learned was nothing says I trust you, nothing says I'm ready to go than a credit card. Literally nothing. Let's start next week 100% loyalty and respect, and I swear to God we'll get... No. All those words mean nothing. When someone really trusts that you can do a good job for them, they will give you their credit card without even blinking, right away. And if they don't, understand what that actually means and stop wasting your time following down a client that's never going to end up paying you. They might be cheap. They're just going to be wasting your time, your money, and your dignity and your own respect for yourself. Imagine your 45th text. Hey, are you going to sign up now? Are you going to sign up now? Over and over again. Just, bro, eventually you have to just take it the very first, take it really early. This person's not going to pay. And that's basically what I learned. I wasted the time. I missed out on a dinner with my family. Time on vacation I missed out on, chasing down this lead that swore she was going to pay, and this loyalty and respect for me to just chase her down for a year, and she was never going to pay me $1 to begin with, maybe unless I closed the sale. I still don't know if I would have closed the sale in that moment, if she would have been still signed up with me. I don't really know. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Learn from me. Cash on delivery. Don't lift a finger until you get paid. Stay dreaming. Stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.